supported the club through good times and bad for most of their lives, will no longer be able to go to the home matches. And the fact that this devastating news has come on the back of a humiliating defeat yesterday to a team that didn't even have all 11 players after their striker was sent off, for assaulting a fan of all things, makes it an even more bitter pill to swallow. After everything we did, Dad sighs. We attended every consultation, replied to every email designed to make us feel like our voices matter, even stood through a whole match with our backs to the action, wearing t-shirts with "Keep Hamcott Park in Hamcott" on the back. But to no avail. The 11th hour U-turn we were all praying for never came. The final confirmation has just been posted on the club website and emailed to fans. I don't mind doing the drive, I tell him, trying to find a way to make things better. I know it will mean not having a beer in the pub beforehand and probably getting stuck in rush hour traffic on the way home, but we can still go. Lots of people can't. In some ways, we're the lucky ones. But we both know it won't be the same. Not without the shouty bloke 2 rows in front who thinks he knows more about the offside rule than the referee, or the old guy in front of him who shuffles in on walking sticks every Saturday and promptly falls asleep, often only waking up in time to see the last 10 minutes of the match. It will mean our club's fans will make up a smaller proportion of the crowd than the away fans, even at our so-called home matches. It will be like every game is an away game. Bob and Marge will no doubt be happy to squeeze into my back seat, I say to Dad, still trying to find a silver lining. They're the couple who've sat next to us for the last 20 years. Ever since the very first game Dad took me and my sister Cassie to when we were 4 and 6, old enough to properly appreciate it. Thinking about all those happy afternoons at Hamcott Park now, I can't even begin to imagine the roar of the fans not being a regular fixture in my life. And there's another reason why this is such a blow. When I was 11, my sister 13, my mum left my dad, leaving us all heartbroken. At that age, it was so hard to understand why she would want to go and live on her own in a tiny village in rural Cornwall and not stay in the hustle and bustle of Hamcott. The truth is, she found Dad's love of dinner parties and socialising exhausting and desperately craved a more peaceful existence. Cassie and I could have gone with her, but we chose to stay with Dad. Neither of us wanted to change schools, lose our friends, or live in the middle of nowhere. We'd see Mum in the holidays, and she promised to call us every day. Dad, meanwhile, put on a brave face and tried to keep our lives as normal as possible. And a big part of that was making sure we still went to see Hamcott Park as a family every Saturday. It was good for me and Cassie, but I think it was even more important for Dad. Bob and Marge, among others, rallied round to help him bring up his 2 headstrong teenage daughters. They became like an aunt and uncle to me and Cassie, and having their support meant everything to Dad. Still does, in fact. So I know he'll be fretting that things won't be the same anymore, even if Cassie and I are grown-ups now. I look around the spacious rustic kitchen that was the main reason Dad insisted he and Mum bought this house, where I still live with him. How many Saturday afternoons after a home match have an assortment of people found their way back here? Knowing Dad will have something tasty ready to heat up and share while the latest game is discussed at length. And then I think of our pre-match hangout, the Fox, where a crowd of Hamcott fans congregate for a pub lunch and a pint every other week. Will it now lose all that business? Dad frowns at the kitchen cupboards behind me, disappointment rolling off him in waves. I hate seeing the wind sucked out of his sails.